YouTube, what's good? My name's Charles and you are watching Charles Salbox TV. So I hope you guys are having a fantastic day today and riding that wave of positivity with the hopes of learning something new at every opportunity. So in today's video, I'm going to be fusing fundamental footwork with head movement. So for many of you at the beginning of a session, when you're stretching and you're doing your shadow boxing, punching is probably your go-to. But I would advise you to work on footwork and your body movement so that your head movement and punches can be performed with a lot more efficiency. So some of the benefits that you'll be able to look forward to once you perfect the skills that I'm showing you within the video are your footwork, you'll be harder to hit, and also you'll be able to close the distance on your opponent without them knowing. So the fundamental footwork patterns that I'm going to introduce in today's video are box steps and pivots. And I'm also going to fuse with that static slips and slips with some movement. So without further ado, let's get into this madness. So guys, in order to promote good head movement and footwork, we're going to need to work with the individual techniques first and then fuse them together within drills. So the first thing I'm going to show you is the box step. This is a footwork drill that will help you to move in every direction. So we first of all start off from the combat stance. We've got the front foot, again, aligned where the toe meets the heel. And then we've got the hand here in front of this shoulder. We've got our torso slightly bladed off and the right hand position here. So the box step is literally a box performed where we move forwards to the right, back, and then to the left. So when I go forwards, I push with my back foot and then I step forward with my front foot. So there, okay? When I go to the right, I step over with my right foot and push with my left foot in that direction. There, okay? When I go backwards, I push with my front foot and I go step back with my back foot. When I go to the left now, I push with my right foot and I step with my left foot. And then I return back to the original position. So now when I perform the box step, I'm going to add a bit of speed. And I also can move in the opposite direction. And that is the box step. So the next thing I'm going to show you is the pivot. Now with the pivot, what this enables us to do is reposition ourselves whilst being in the ring in front of an opponent. Now what we commonly work towards is a 90-degree turn. Okay, so again, in my boxing stance, what I'm going to do, I'm going to push with the back foot, slightly raise the front heel, and then I perform a 90-degree turn. Once I get to this position, my heel on the front foot returns back to the floor, and then I catch my weight with the back foot in the stance position. So I perform 4 of these to get back to the original position. So again, a push, heel comes up, a push, and then the heel comes up. Now, when I want to do this in the opposite direction, I have to pull with my foot, with my back foot, and then the heel again raises up. So I do this, and I'm here. This, and then I'm here. This, and then I'm here. Another pull, and then I'm back in the same position. Now, I just want to talk a little bit about the balance issue when we pivot so that you're aware of what you need to look out for when you're doing this. In order to be balanced, our center of mass has to be above our base. Now, when we have 2 feet planted on the floor, our feet, both feet, positioned on the floor means that our base goes from the left foot to the right foot. So you can see the distance in between our feet is directly our base. When we have 1 foot on the floor, our base is minimized to the foot. Okay, so we no longer have a width of area. our base is located and where the foot is. When we are pivoting, this becomes apparent. When we push with the back foot and we lose the footing of our right foot on the floor to catch the weight back here, there is a certain time interval where this pivot foot is the only foot present on the floor. Now, the reason why, therefore, moving to the left is slightly easier moving to the right is because when we push our center of mass on our body towards the pivot foot, and then we move across like this, okay? So our base, even though it is 1 foot, our center of mass moves above that foot. Now, when we move to the right direction, we are actually unbalanced whilst we move over if we want to pivot in a safe manner. So we literally have to leave our center of mass unbalanced and then move across. If our opponent moves across here, we don't want to push ourselves here and then catch our weight like this. So when we move across to the right, we're actually unbalanced for the time interval it takes us to get over to that pivot position. And this is because we're not moving our center of mass above that foot. So this small demonstration is to really guide you and to make you understand that pivoting to the left is different from pivoting to the right. Now, the balance issues involved with both of them should prompt you to practice your pivots to the right slightly more than your pivots to the left. When you're shadow boxing, you'll notice that one side is easier to manage. Now, in order for you to have success within the ring, more of your opponents are going to be trying to get to your blind side, implying that you need to be able to move in this manner if you come across a more proficient fighter that knows what he's doing. And for this particular video, the pivots that we're going to include within the repertoire that we create at the end will be towards the right. So the next technique that I'm going to show you is slipping in the static position. So we're in the stance position, and when we slip to the left, I want you to rotate the back foot out to the right. So there, and the hand comes up just to touch the top of the head, and then we come back, okay? Slip there, there. Slip there, there. Now, we're going to slip to the right, and the opposite thing is what we need to do with the back foot. So you can see that the back foot is slightly elevated, and in this position, you can perform slips to both sides with the rotation of the back foot. If your foot is planted, then there will be no rotation that you can take to the inside position. But again, now we're gonna slip to the right, and we're gonna do an inside rotation where we plant the right foot to the floor. So here, there. You can see that now my foot, where it was slightly angled, now when I rotate it towards the floor, it's positioned at 90 degrees, okay? So this is what enables me to slip to the right. So when again, in my stance position, I slip there, slip there, slip there, okay? So you can see, if I remove my hands, when I slip to the left, you can see how much my head deviates from the center line. When I slip to the right, you can see how much my head deviates from the center line. So that is the static slip. Now moving on to the next technique, which would be the slip whilst moving. So the principle of the back foot rotation, again, is what I want to use whilst moving forward. So the first step will be a slip, and then the recovery will be the second step. Whenever I move forwards or to the left, I'm going to bring my right hand up to touch the top of my head to defend any punches that still might be coming from my opponent. So again, in my boxing stance, I move forward with the slip, and then I move to the left with the slip. Okay, now, as I move backwards and to the right, whenever I slip, I want to bring my left hand and touch the top of my head, again to promote that good habit of defending any punches that still might be coming from my opponent when I haven't moved sufficiently off that center line. So again, in my boxing stance, slip, back to stance, slip, back to stance. Okay, now my double slips. So what I'm doing, I do a slip first of all to the left and then to the right. So moving forwards, slip, slip, there, okay? Again, slip, slip, there, okay? Now, when I'm moving to the left, I want to perform a double slip, 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 there, okay? Again, slip, slip, there. Moving to the right, I want to do a double slip, 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 there, okay? Again, slip, slip, there. So the repertoire that I'm going to introduce now is something that you can include within your shadowboxing routine. It will enable you to cover all of the techniques that I've demonstrated within this video so far. So for this particular drill, I'm going to be moving in the box step, and along the box step, I'm going to be double slipping. And once I've completed every particular box, I do a pivot, and I'll carry on this procedure until I reach this particular position again, facing the camera. So I'll perform this repertoire to a count, and then it will enable you to see how I'm preserving the timing of the movements. Okay, so once I've checked my stance, then I'm ready to go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, so that is the repertoire. So guys, just as a reminder, not only will this improve your footwork, but it will reduce the chance of you being hit, as you'll be a constant moving target for your opponent. And also you'll be able to close the distance more easily against an opponent who's maybe taller and looking for that straight jab. Right guys, we've come to the end of the video. I hope you've thoroughly enjoyed it and were able to take some things from the video so that you can improve your own game within the gym. Now with the next videos that I'm going to be making, I'm actually going to be within the gym and doing some partner work and working on southpaw and techniques and also bag work. So you can expect that in the near future. If you have any questions or comments about the content that I've made today, or have even maybe any video suggestions, please leave them within the comment section. If you like the video, please hit that like button and share the video with anyone that you feel may benefit from the content. Also, please remember to hit that subscribe button and the notification bell to stay informed of any new videos that I'm uploading and to join the Salbox community. And guys, remember, keep training, remain positive, and stay blessed. I'll see you guys in my next video. Peace.